Today we're going to be making an origami grasshopper. So we're starting with a square sheet of paper. If you only have A4 printer paper, have a look at our video on how you can turn that into a square. So with our square sheet, we're going to fold from the top left corner down to the bottom right corner, and we're going to create a crease. Next we're going to be taking the top right corner, bringing it down to the left, getting those corners to match up. We'll create a crease. Then we're going to pick up just the first layer. We're taking the left tip, bring it over to the right hand corner, and creating a crease. Next we're going to open up the flap. Open up the entire section. We're going to pull it apart. As we keep pulling, the section will then turn into a square. We'll just press along the creases. We'll then turn our model over. And we'll now take the right hand point over to the bottom left hand point. We'll create a crease. I'm going to open the flap, open the section completely, just like we did for the other side. I'm going to pull that apart, and fold over into a square. Next, going to be bringing this left bottom edge up to our center line. So we're just lifting up the first flap, bringing it in, making sure it touches that center line, and creating a crease. And we'll do the same on the right, lifting up the first flap, bring it into the center line, creating the crease. I'm going to be folding the nose down, so this top point is folding along the line here. I want to make sure that the tip lines up with the center. We can lift up the flap, lift up the two flaps on the sides. I'm going to be lifting up the first layer. As we keep opening it, we're then bringing in the sides, using those fold lines that we've just created. Which should then allow us to flatten everything out. Now turning our model over, I'm going to be bringing this bottom left edge into the center line and getting it to touch. So we're effectively just repeating what we did on the other side. The bottom right side into the center line. Bringing this flap down, folding along the top here. Then we're lifting up the top flap, lifting up the bottom edges, lifting just the first layer, opening that until it flattens out. And press down on the edges, which will leave you with this. Next, bring bottom left edge, just the first layer, bring it into our center line, and creating a crease. We're going to do the same, bottom right edge, just the first layer, into the center line, and creating a crease. Then we'll turn our model over, doing the same again, bottom left edge into the center. So some of these folds are going to be very familiar if you've made a paper crane before. And bottom right edge also into the center. Now take just the top layer, we're bringing the tip the whole way down as far as it will come, making sure that that tip lines up with our center line. Then we'll turn our model over. We're going to bring this tip down. But on this side, we need to have about 1 finger width between the top of that triangle and where we create a crease. For the other side, we're also going to be bringing this tip down, but we want to have about 1 finger width between the top of the triangle and where we create our crease. So looking to create the crease around this area here. So lift up our model, fold the top down, make sure that it's straight across the top, giving us 1 finger width between the triangle and our crease. And we'll create a fold. Now I'm going to pick up our model and push down on the sides, folding the whole model in half. Turn it over, place it down, press along that crease line. Next we're going to be separating the wings, which is this section here, from the rest of the body. So we'll hold on to the wings and just pinch. I'm just going to pull it up just to get some separation. The exact angle doesn't matter. Now that you've got that free area in here, it's going to press down to lock in those new folds. For our final steps, we're going to fix up the legs. So I'm going to pick up just the first layer. I'm going to point that leg so it's going straight upwards. Create a crease. I'm going to create another crease around the same point where the top of his body is. So we'll create the crease, point the leg back down. So it's coming out at about 45-degree angle. Exact angle doesn't matter too much. Then we're going to turn our model over. This side we're doing exactly the same, bringing that leg up, making sure that it points straight upwards, creating a crease, then creating another crease in line with the top of his body, bringing the leg down, pressing on the crease. And turn him over. Then we have our origami grasshopper, ready to draw an eye, a little face up the top. Hope you enjoy.